Hey everyone, today I'll be going over a new Leetcode problem, 2042. This was actually in the most recent contest. Check if numbers are ascending in a sentence. So you're given all this junk here, and basically you're given some sentence, and anytime there's numbers, and let me actually switch this over to Java, you're given some sentence, and there's numbers, or there might be numbers in the sentence. And you have to return whether the numbers are ascending, strictly ascending. So this is fine because look at all the numbers we see, right? 1, 3, 4, 6, 12. Each one is ascending, and that's fine. If we actually look at this one here, if we look at this test case, this one's false because it's not strictly ascending because 5 is equal to 5, right? And if this was a 4, it'd also be false. If this is a 6, it would be. So the idea here is we kind of need to go through this string, parse out all the integers, or see if they can be parsed, and just see if it was greater than its last, right? Than the last number we've seen. If these were all single digit numbers, it would be very simple. We just check if the character is a number, set the last, see if it's bigger than the last. But they might be bigger than a single digit. So just keep that in mind, and I'll show you kind of how we work with that. So the idea here is we're going to have some last, and at the very beginning, it's going to be integer dot min value, right? Because the last, we want it to be bigger than it. So yeah. If we get down to the bottom, we're just going to return true, which means there was no problems. And then, yeah, we need to go through the string s. So let's go through each character in the string. And actually what we're going to do, rather, is we're going to have this be kind of like a two-pointer solution. So what I'm going to do here is I'm actually going to, okay, so I'm going to walk through the string like such, and then what I want to do here is I want to have some kind of string that we fill up as so long as we're on a digit. So I'm going to have a string builder here, and then we're going to have a new loop here, and what we're going to do is we're going to go int j is equal to I, and what we want to do is we want to keep moving j forward as so long as it's still a digit. So basically, while j is less than string length, because we don't want to go to out of bounds, and the character at j, so s.char at j, is basically a digit, right? So what does that mean? It just means that it's greater than or equal to basically the 0 character, and it's less than or equal to the 9 digit. So this means it is a digit. So what we're going to actually do is push that to SB. So we're going to go sb.append s.char at j. And we're also going to increment j while we're at it. Okay, so all this is doing is, the reason why we have to do a while loop here is because it might be like a really big number, right? It's not just a single digit. We can't just walk through the string. So we're going to keep going as so long as it's like that, and then everything's fine. So then j at this point will basically be, when we've gotten through this loop, j at this point will be at a spot where it's no longer a digit. So we can actually just set I to j. So kind of like swapping it. We walk through and then we swap I again. So with that being said, what we can do now is we know whatever's at string builder, or as long as it's not empty. So what we're going to do is if sb.size is greater than 0, that means we have some digit that we have to parse. We're going to parse it, and then we're going to make sure that it's greater than the last. So I'm just going to call this int num, and we're just going to parse it. So integer.parseInt. We know it's an integer because it's between 0 and 9. It has to be. So then we're going to go sb.toString. So we're parsing that, and we're getting this num. And basically, if num is less than or equal to the last num, we're just going to return false right here. Else, or otherwise, we're just going to go last equals to num. So that's kind of the logic here. And you actually don't need a j. You could just use I in this, but I'm doing it this way just to make it super clear. Let's go ahead and run this, see what happens. And looks like this is actually length. So let's run this. And yeah, looks like it's true. Let's go ahead and submit it. And yeah, it looks like it's 94% runtime, 80% memory usage. So let's talk about time and space really quick. Time, even though we have like a loop inside of a loop, or however you want to call it, this is actually just simply going to be on. The reason is because if you look, we're setting I to be j where we left off, right? So you walk through this and you're just picking up where the digit ended, basically. And yeah, that's it. Space, moving on to space, it's constant. We're not using anything besides like this variable here. We're not using any extra space. So yeah, that's it. Hope this made sense and enjoy. Thank you.